through blazing sun and sleepless nights, Gilgamesh and Enkidu marched across the endless plains. Their feet broke the silence of forgotten lands, their hearts beating with purpose. Yet even heroes feel fear. Each night, dreams tormented Gilgamesh, visions of cosmic beasts, falling mountains, divine voices. But Enkidu, wise in the ways of omens, calmed him. "These are not warnings," he said. "They are signs of victory." The sun god Shamash lit their path, while the shadows of the Cedar Forest crept ever closer. The air thickened. The scent of sacred trees whispered of the danger to come. And at last, they stood before the gates of the forest. Before them, Humbaba, guardian of the realm of gods, waited with breath of flame and eyes of death. The trees groaned under the weight of eternity. Birds fell silent. The world held its breath. Then battle erupted. Gilgamesh and Enkidu faced Humbaba, whose voice was thunder and whose stare froze the soul. He summoned storms in flame, his roar splitting the sky. The Shamash, honoring their courage, unleashed 13 winds to trap the beast. With their enemy pinned, the heroes struck. Blades flashed, blood spilled, the forest trembled. And with one final cry, Humbaba fell. The guardian of the gods was no more. But in his final breath, he begged for mercy. He cursed them, for they had defied the divine, and the trees wept. The forest had lost its protector, and the gods were watching. Their return was triumphant. Uruk rejoiced. The king and his brother had slain the monster. Gilgamesh's name echoed like thunder across the land, and from the heavens, a goddess turned her gaze toward him. Ishtar, queen of love and war, descended in splendor. She offered him the cosmos, kingship, power, divine favor. But Gilgamesh refused. He would not be a toy of the gods. He scorned her offer with bitter words. Humiliated, Ishtar ascended to the heavens in fury. There, she begged her father Anu for vengeance. And from the celestial vaults came the punishment, the bull of heaven. It descended upon Uruk with fire and rage. Earth split, men perished. But Gilgamesh and Enkidu fought side by side. Together, they struck down the beast. Together, they defied a god. But such boldness has a price. The gods gathered. A judgment was made. Blood had been spilled in heaven's name. And Enkidu would be the one to pay the price. The sky darkened. Enkidu's dreams grew heavy and strange. He saw the gods seated in judgment, their eyes cold as stone. Because he had slain Humbaba, because he had helped kill the bull of heaven, the verdict was passed. Enkidu must die. His body, once as strong as a lion's, began to weaken. He cursed the hunter who led him to civilization. He cursed the temple woman who tamed his wild soul. But a voice from the heavens stopped him, reminding him that without them, he would never have known friendship, never have walked beside a king. And in that moment, regret gave way to tears. Enkidu lay dying, cradled by Gilgamesh. The mighty warrior wept. For the first time in his life, he faced something he could not conquer. Death. The wild man, the brother of his soul, slipped into silence, and the world was forever changed. The halls of Uruk grew quiet. The laughter faded. Gilgamesh walked alone. He built a great statue to honor Enkidu, adorned with gold and lapis lazuli. He summoned the craftsmen, the weavers, the musicians. Uruk mourned, but the king's grief could not be contained within walls. He roamed the fields where they had fought. He spoke to the rivers, the trees, the stones. Everywhere he went, he heard only the echo of his friend's voice. And then, a deeper fear took root. If Enkidu could die, so could he. And so Gilgamesh, the mighty king, the builder of Uruk, cast aside his crown. He donned animal skins, he left the city, and with wild eyes and trembling hands, he began a journey to defy death itself. Across scorched deserts and forgotten mountains, Gilgamesh wandered. He sought Utnapishtim, the man who survived the great flood, the one granted eternal life by the gods. Where is he? He cried to the winds. No man may find him, the sages said. But Gilgamesh pressed on. Days bled into nights. His skin burned. His heart grew hollow. He crossed vast wastelands no man had dared walk. And there, at the edge of the world, he came upon a mountain no light could pierce. The Twin Peaks, guarded by scorpion men whose gaze could kill. They stared at the ragged king and saw a soul burning with desperation, and they let him pass. Gilgamesh entered the tunnel-law passage beneath the world, where the sun travels in darkness. 12 leagues of black silence. 12 leagues of madness. But at last, he emerged into the Garden of the Gods, a place where jewels hung from trees like fruit, and the air shimmered with divine perfume. And there, he found Siduri, the celestial, pale wife. She warned him, no man escapes death. Even the greatest fall. Except life. Cherish what you have. But Gilgamesh would not turn back. His eyes held no peace. Only a single question. How do I live forever?